What's going on, guys? It is MurderInc here, and today we're going to take a trip back through time to talk about something that I did go over on stream, and people were curious. I'm curious as well. Why did they change so many names for the legendaries? Now, this game has been in beta, and it started in beta in 2017. What a long time ago. And if for some reason you played back then or all the way up to 2018 in the beta, you do know that the legendaries had different names back then. Not so much different where they're completely different from what we have now, but a lot of people thought when I showed them some of these original names that it added more of a personal touch to the champions. They sounded cooler, it had a better match to their aesthetic. So I do want to go over that. I also want to go over some pretty surprising things that people might not know about as far as what champions original kits were. So let's get right into it, and I do want to start with some original kits here. So the first thing I want to talk about is going to be Ghostborn. Now, believe it or not, Ghostborn's A2 skill, which is Petrify, now it currently places a heal reduction. What it was before was a 75% chance of placing a stun, and this could have been booked to 100% chance. How cool would that have been if they kept it? Ghostborn is already a fantastic champion, but that would have made Ghostborn so much better. One other thing that I do want to talk about is Martyr. Martyr's provoke debuff could not be resisted originally, and it was then updated to the normal kit that we do see here now, where it places that attack down and provoke, and it can in fact be resisted. Also, believe it or not, think about the lovely and crucial champion Apothecary. You're ready to hear what Apothecary's original A2 was? So we have Soothing Chant here. We know it's a really good heal and it can be a crit. However, listen to what the original kit was. The original kit was heals an ally by 35% health, will decrease the cooldown by 1 if the heal is critical. Now, how much better would that have been? Of course, that is a little bit too strong. He's already a fantastic rare, much better than most of the rares out there, but that would be such a cool change had they had kept that in its original form. Another champion worth mentioning is going to be Aethel. Yes, the starter Aethel. Originally, Aethel placed a 50% increased attack buff on herself, a 60% increased defense buff on herself if she had less than 50% HP, and grants an extra turn. That was then updated to the lesser versions of both of them, being a 25% increased attack and a 30% increased defense. So there were a lot of changes for sure. That was just a couple. They were much more. Like Aethos had the strong version of the weekend on his triple hit as well as Bad Alcazar, who was actually given a buff. His A2 originally had a 6-turn cooldown, and it only placed 5% poison. That, of course, would have significantly changed things if they kept that originally. And his A1, it heals 20% now. It used to only heal 5%. So now that we've gone over that, I do want to talk about the main part of the video, which is the champion and legendary names. Well, not so much just legendaries. We do have epics here as well, but I want to read you some of the names here, and do you think it was a good idea to reverse this? So I'm going to list it here, and you guys can let me know what you think. First, we have Pious Martyr. The second, we have Abbess Euphema. Next, Horden Twin Axe, Turvold Giant Sun, Robar Chainmain, Count Vergus, Cole Ghostborn, Haram the Red, Ray the Devastator, Scartosis the Vile, Septimus the Slayer, Sinesha the Golden, Aethos the Scourer, Aothar the Grim, Nethril the Reaper, Masked Husk. That one's a little bit suspect, not gonna lie. Zargala Ghost Eye, which I think is so cool. Sylar the Crippler. Now, after first revealing this to so many people on stream, they said, wow, that actually is amazing. I wish they would have kept those names. And you know what? I 100% agree. I really do think they should have kept these names. I think they should have expanded this even more, added these to the rares. I'm not sure if they ran out of space or what the actual reasoning is behind getting rid of all of these old names from the champions whenever they made that change. I definitely do want to reach out to them and ask for some type of explanation as to what the thought process was when removing this and making it just Sinesha, just Horden, just Ray, because I think something like Ray the Devastator sounds much better. It would make someone much more excited to get the champion Ray by just adding that small little thing that kind of, I don't know, in my opinion, it markets the champion better. Like Septimus the Slayer, come on. If that doesn't sound awesome, then I don't know what does. Maybe it was a space issue and it messed up the UI a little bit. That's definitely a point. However, we do have some pretty long character name champions at the moment, so I don't really think that's a talking point here. Maybe after some type of conversation, I could see if they had any plans to reintroduce this to the game. I want to know what you guys think. What's your favorite name that I did list here for you today? Of all of these epics and legendaries, just pick your favorite one out of all of them. I'm really curious to know. I think my favorite would have to be either Ray the Devastator, or I'm a little bit biased to Turvold, so I won't pick him, even though Turvold Giant Sun does sound pretty cool. Robar Chainmain, Zargala Ghostai, I don't know, I have to go with Zargala Ghostai. I think that's really cool, and I think it does probably fit Warlord a little bit more. I would be really interested to see what they would add as a secondary name for Warlord for sure. So what I want you guys to do, outside of picking your favorite from this list, give me some examples of champions that are currently in the game now, and just throw out some full names for what you think would fit best. Of course, Sir Nicholas is probably as max as it can get, but some of the newer champions, the Shadowkin champions, some of the fusions we've got going all the way back to Rhodos. I mean, even still to this day, we do have some themed champion. Rhodos, for example, we have Sifi the Lost Bride, Rhodos the Lost Groom, although I'm pretty sure it doesn't say that in game, and this is why I think it could possibly be something to do with the character limit. But let me know what you guys think. I thought this was pretty interesting, so I wanted to bring it to you guys to get your feedback on this. Do you think this is cool? One other thing that I guess I'll just throw in here as well, some of the gear sets had different names as well. Originally, Regeneration set was called Healing, so of course the quality of life increase of just calling it a healing set. Regeneration does, in my opinion, sound much better. Crit damage set was called the Berserker set, so that's also cool as well. But it's kind of crazy to look back and see how different things really were back then compared to what they were now. So this was really a lot of fun for me personally to go through and see all of these changes and really get to take a look at the base game when it first came out and to see just how far this game has come. Of course, it's not perfect. There are a million things to complain about, don't get me wrong, but from where it was to where it is today, they definitely had some crazy improvements across the board here. So take the time, if you would, for me. Give me your thoughts on these champion names. What's the best champion name you can think of that's not on this list, of course? If you do enjoy this type of content where I do kind of dig into the past and see what the game was like, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next upload. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.